Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Brittany, your Barefooted Belle.
And I'm Austin.
And we have some exciting news to share with everybody and some amazing tips on how to plan a trip to Disney. So stay tuned.
We are going to Disney World in September. I know you may not be as excited as we are, but we're really excited. And with that came along this idea for this video, which is how can us planning a trip help you plan your next trip? So that's what this channel is about, is helping you plan your best next adventure. And so we have a list of things that you might want to think about when you're planning your next Disney trip.
Yes, so let's get started. So the first thing is first, pick a date or a time frame. So this date or time frame can be around school schedules, around work schedules. For us, our kids are homeschooled, so we have more of the flexibility
Which
to...
may be the entire reason they are homeschooled.
Yes, but we won't tell them that.
Possibly.
Just kidding. No, but we have more of the flexibility to be able to pick and choose which time we go. We prefer to go when the weather's nicer, especially Walt Disney World. And we prefer to go when the crowds are a little lower. So our top tip when it comes to, say, you prioritize a lower crowd, you can go online and you can Google Walt Disney World or Disneyland crowd calendar.
Right, and it's super important to do that because what we've learned is a crowd can be completely different from week to week.
Yeah. One
week may be very free, the next week is just packed because there may be a marathon. There may be something going on that you never foresaw.
Something local in town or...
That could change the crowd drastically, which may affect your experience a lot. If you're someone who doesn't care about crowds, no big deal. If you're someone who does, then obviously you want to go at a low crowd time.
Mm-hmm. So, number one. Number two, contact your travel agent. With that specific date in mind. It's very helpful when a client comes and says, hey, these are our dates. If you have specific dates, even better. But if you just say, hey, we have 2 weeks in September, or we have 2 weeks in June, or an entire June and July, what is better? Then I will be able to ask a little bit more questions, like what are you going to prioritize on your trip? Do you prioritize the crowds? Do you prioritize the weather? Are you okay with a little rain?
Right.
Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then I will be able to put together a package for you based on the criteria that you listed, your budget needs, because that is extremely helpful. Also, just maybe you don't have a budget in mind, which is great too, because I can still help you along with that. But if you have a budget, then it helps me not to go too extravagant and also to kind of meet your needs and to pick what's best for you and your family.
Right, and depending on the time frame that you have, 1 week could be very different than the other as far as prices too.
Which is why we're going at the end of September rather the week before and the week after, is because it was the cheapest. It was cheaper out of the three, so you never know.
Right, yeah, makes a big difference. It's good to ask your travel agent.
Yeah. So that takes us to step number 3. When you are working with your agent, I will be able to help you find the best resort for your family needs. I'll be able to help you figure out what park ticket options you want. Maybe you want a park hopper. Maybe you don't want a park hopper. Maybe you have no idea what a park hopper is.
And that's the nice thing about a travel agent, or having that, is that they can walk you through the things that you don't know that you don't know.
Yeah. So I mean, there's even a ticket which I discovered on our account to go mini golf. So with some packages, mini golf is included. So that's awesome, but it's not on every package, and it's not usually displayed on the Disney World website when you book it yourself, so it's nice to have a travel agent.
Right.
So a travel agent can help you with that, with the add-ons like Memory Maker, car rental, dining comes back in 2024, so all of those things are going to need to be discussed with the travel agent. And then, of course, you're going to want to book the trip. As we know, Disney is a premier destination. The prices can fluctuate depending on deals and packages or dates. So it's usually better to book it right away, which is nice because booking a Disney trip only requires a $200
That's
deposit.
what's really nice. Because, you book it, say things change, you can always take it off, and it's really not a big deal.
Yeah. And it's refundable within a certain amount of time.
Right.
So, I mean, $200 to reserve a vacation.
We've done this a couple times.
It's great.
We thought, hey, we're going to go to Disneyland or we're going to go to Disney World these dates, and then we find out later it doesn't work. We pull it, we get refunded, we book another one for another time.
And also, the travel agent is going to be able to talk with you through all of your payment options. Once you make that deposit, there are multiple ways that you can pay off the rest of the trip. As long as the trip is paid completely 30 days before you travel, you can pay any way that you want to. Whether you want to pay monthly or lump sums, you can pay however you want to.
Right. It's awesome. Great information. All right. The next thing to think about is transportation. How are you getting to Disneyland, Disney World, Universal, wherever you're going next? For us, we like to drive Disneyland. It's only about a 10-hour drive, and it's much cheaper, much more cost-effective for us. But to Disney World, we got to fly, because that's going to be like a 2-day trip, and it'd be more expensive to do it that way. Yeah. And Brittany may be insane by the time we get there.
Yes.
So that's what we do. Just for your budget, it always helps to know. And also another thing to think of is when you get there, if you fly in, how are you getting to your hotel? Sometimes it's cheaper to Uber. Sometimes it's cheaper to take the bus system that Disney provides. But your travel agent is going to have the best options for you, depending on your budget and just the experience you want. Like for our kids, stepping into the airport and then going to the Disney bus where it's all themed, that is so exciting for them. And sometimes it's just so much cheaper to Uber that we do that. So it just depends.
Depends on the experience you want.
Right.
Some things to keep in mind if you are flying into Disneyland. You are probably going to be flying into LAX, which is the Los Angeles airport, which is about an hour away from Disneyland, which makes Ubering kind of expensive.
Yeah.
So there are definitely some transportation that you'll have to research or ask your travel agent about with Disneyland. Disney World, there are multiple options between some that you just listed was the shuttle systems and the Ubers and Lyfts, which we have tried both.
Yeah.
And I prefer one over the other, which is a private car, just because I'm super excited and I'm ready to get there.
Right.
And so waiting for a bus tends to kind of wear on all the kids when you've been flying all day long.
I will tell you the thing about the bus that I do like, though, is that it does have Disney cartoons on the bus. So when you get on the bus,
it's like
and
the Disney
cartoons,
magic begins.
The kids get really excited. Like if you're adults and you're going, that may not mean that much to you, but for kids, I think that's kind of a cool effect.
The kids would probably prefer the transportation.
Or you can find Disney cartoons on your phone and just put them on your phone when you show up. It's whatever you want.
But also, when you get to Disney, to the parks at Walt Disney World, the shuttle system there, which is free, is so amazing. The Skyliner, the monorail, the boats even, and the buses, it's great, and all of that is free. Do keep in mind that if you rent a car, you are going to be paying for parking, and you are also going to be having to deal with traffic. So just keep
and sometimes that's what you might want to do, because then you can get there maybe a little earlier than some of the other crowds. You know, it's all, what is the experience you want? Let your travel agent know. Hopefully, Brittany, but you know.
All right, number 5. If you are 60 days out, you may begin making your dining reservation.
Food.
Which is amazing.
Let's be honest, one of the main reasons we like Disney.
The food. I mean, it's the whole reason we started this YouTube channel with an entire series on food. Those are the first videos we made.
Yes, we're foodies. We love it.
It's true. But the dining reservations are super exciting.
It kind of like starts your trip off.
Some of the dining reservations, I will tell you, are extremely hard to get. That means that I have before woken up at 6 a.m., 5 a.m., 4 a.m. to make reservations for myself.
She is not joking.
And for clients, because some of them are that good.
Right.
Cinderella's Table is going to book up extremely fast. Beauty and the Beast is going to book up really, really quick. Both of those are in Walt Disney World. Lamplight Lounge in Disneyland is going to book up very quick. Anytime that there's a character meal, those book up very quickly.
So we highly recommend that 60 days out, you figure out where you want to go. Because the thing is, you can book it have your travel agent book it, you can book it. And now Disney just made a new policy. Tell us about the new policy.
The new policy is now you have up until 2 hours before your reservation to cancel it.
Yeah,
it used to be 24 hours, but now it's 2 hours. So for our upcoming trip, I made 4 reservations. Some that we had never tried before, some that were really hard to get, some that I was like, this would be kind of cool if we kind of want to.
Right. But there's no pressure there.
But there's no pressure. And so now I know if I ever want to cancel one of those, that I have till 2 hours before, which is really nice.
Super easy.
I just wanted to make sure that I reserved them in advance so that I had the option to go if I wanted to.
And we do want to throw this little warning in there. If you book it, if you don't cancel it in time,
it will charge you.
Yeah, you're gonna
it
get
will
charged.
charge
So
you,
make
yes.
sure, don't just, I would not suggest doing like 20, 30 different things and then just being like, oh, no big deal, because you will be charged a lot of money.
And you do not need to make dining reservations. I will talk about this a little bit later in one of our next steps coming up. So just this is if you know specific meals that the restaurants are very hard to get into, or you know specifically I want a character meal where I'm going to see Winnie the Pooh or one of the princesses, then those are the restaurants that we're really talking about right now. Right. The quick service meals, which are just order and go pick up, those don't require any reservations.
You can do that day of.
Yeah, so that's going to be the day of, but we will address it.
And your travel agent can tell you which ones those are too. Super cool.
Okay, step number 6, which is probably our favorite, is research.
YouTube.
Research.
YouTube.
We research everything from dining to the rides to how to get into the park.
Yeah.
The fastest way into the park.
Now, you may not be crazy like us, and that's okay. That's why you have a travel agent that researches all this stuff so that you can have a great experience. Yes. If you're not into researching everything, we love it. We watch videos. We want to know like the best way to do everything. So that's just us. But if you're not, that's why you have a travel agent.
But we have researched Rope Drop. We've researched Genie Plus. And when you book with me, I actually have created a planning packet that all of my clients can use along with anytime access to me. You have any time to email me, text, phone call. I am just one mobile device away to ask any questions. But I also have a planning packet that really helps you strategize your day. That talks about Rope Drop, that talks about Genie Plus. So you don't have to be the one that's going to YouTube and finding all these things.
Right.
So that you have an access there at your fingertips, but also you have me to help you along the way. But that's just what we love to do.
Right. And I think that's a really big deal because you may be sitting here hearing all these things we're saying and you are already stressed out and anxious and you're like, this is way too much. Here's the deal.
Do not stress.
It's not as big of a deal as you think. She can help you and it's not going to be difficult. But knowing some of these steps is definitely going to help de-stress your vacation because Disney has added a lot of steps to things.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you didn't know something, it can be stressful. If you show up and you didn't know this one place you wanted to go, you needed dining reservations or how to use the mobile app correctly or how to use Genie Plus and you don't get on a ride that you want. You know, those are big deals because that affects the experience.
Yeah. It's really disappointing when you have or when you hear somebody, because I love Disney so much, when you have or you hear somebody go to Disney and they're like, oh, well, I didn't know that I was going to be in lines for so long. Or, well, I didn't know that
the crowds were going to be so big. It was going to be so hot or different things that kind of ruin a thing.
Yeah, and so it's nice when you have clients or when other people put a little bit of effort doing a little bit of research or just asking your travel agent, ask the right questions. And I'll be able to help you with whatever and whenever, even the day of. I had a client who was at Disneyland and they were like, it is very hot and this one place that you suggested is closed. Where can I get the nearest cold drink? And I'm like, oh, here you go. Here's a snap of the park. I circled a place to go and sent them on their way. And so it was really helpful. But
yeah, super cool.
Yeah. All right, number 7, my favorite thing. And please bear with me, and please don't let this overwhelm you when I say this next one.
This kind of goes with the last one anyway.
Okay, the word is strategize. So strategize your day. And already I have some of you. I already have some of them flipping it off and being like, no, Disney is just, I'm not doing with Disney right now.
Right.
This is just too
or
hard.
Maybe this is getting you more excited because you're one of our kind of people
That's true.
that just does that.
That's true. When I say strategize, I wanted to break it down into the 3, 2, 1 rule.
And this could be an entire video on its own.
Yes. So the 3, 2, 1 rule is 3. Prioritize 3 rides that you want to ride in the day. Okay, so if you're at Magic Kingdom, what are your 3 rides you are going to prioritize?
If I'm at Magic Kingdom, we're going to prioritize Space Mountain, Tron, and probably Mine Train.
There you go.
They're going to be the big rides that we want to prioritize.
And half of those can be knocked out during rope drop or early entry or Genie Plus. Easy.
Right. Or queue.
Or waiting in line. Okay, so easy. If you want to tell each of your family members to come up with their own 3 rule, you can try it. Maybe meet in the middle with the 5 or the 4 rides. Right. But just prioritize those one specific rides that you're like, this is going to make our Disney trip a little bit better. Okay, so that's the 3, the rides. Yep. Okay, 2 are character or experiences or entertainment. So maybe it's a show. Right. Maybe it's a parade. Maybe it's one of the fireworks shows. Maybe it's a specific character meeting that you want to experience. So that way you have that and you have the full experience of, we went to Disney, we rode these rides, and we met Mickey. Yeah. Sometimes all of that for your kids is like, I met Mickey the day
is amazing. Wonderful.
That's great. And then the 1 is the dining. Prioritize that 1 dining. Maybe it's a reservation or it's a quick service, which I kind of alluded to earlier when we were talking about the reservations. This can be either a quick service meal, or it can be a character meal, or it can be a reservation meal.
I would say
but
early
just having
out,
that 1.
especially having, like, knowing those reservations that you want. If it's the one that you really want to go to, know that early. That's why that research is so important.
So, for example, we start off on a Sunday at Animal Kingdom. The 1 meal that I am very excited about in Animal Kingdom is going to be in Satuli Canteen. So whether we
Which
go...
is quick service, right?
Yeah, it's quick service. So I didn't even have to make any reservations. I'm just going to show up there and use mobile order and place my order.
If you want to find out about any food places in any of the parks, we have lots of videos for those. Go back into our thing, check those out.
So Animal Kingdom is going to be Satuli Canteen. The next day we are at Magic Kingdom. That specific meal is another quick service meal, which is Columbia Harbor House. We love Columbia Harbor House. Yes. Now we made a promise in our dining videos that we would try new places.
I don't know about that.
So we will be trying new places. But I'm going to stick to my 3, 2, 1 rule, and so Columbia Harbor House is going to be it.
One. Yeah.
Yep. So Epcot is our 3rd day, and that is when I prioritized and I made our Via Napoli Pizzeria reservation, and I did have to make that reservation. I made that 60 days out. And then our last day is at Hollywood Studios, and that dining is Woody's Roundup Barbecue. So those were our 3, 2, 1 rules.
Oh, and believe us, with 3, our kids and us already know our favorite rides. We got that down.
We already know the rides.
We know the experiences that we want, you know, and then the food. You know, so it's actually pretty simple once you actually sit down and go, okay, what do we want to do at each park? Probably would take you 15 minutes.
Yeah. And the best part about the 3, 2, 1 rule is that I can almost guarantee you are going to experience more than your 3, 2, 1s.
Oh, yeah.
You are going to have great dining experiences. You are going to be able to catch a lot more characters and entertainments, and you're definitely going to be able to go on a lot more rides. Right. So it's like, if you accomplish the thing that you prioritize, everything else is like a little bit of pixie magic dust. Right. That just makes your day even better. Right. So that's why we strategize. And we strategized a lot more than that, but that's what we're going to stick to on this one.
Right.
All right, number 8. When it is 30 days out, your final payment is due. And I'm only including this because I am a travel agent, and it hurts my soul when it is 30 days out and payments aren't being made. So usually, as a travel agent, I give you a month in advance of a heads up. I give you 2 weeks in advance heads up. I give you 1 week in advance heads up. I usually give you 3 days, 1 day until the payment is made. hopefully, and I've not had anybody go past that 30 days because there's no guarantee that Disney will be able to keep it for you, but just keep that date in mind.
Very good thing to know, because I am a procrastinator by nature, and I would be that person. 100%.
Well, and then your Disney travel agent is going to be, hopefully, if it's me, but it's going to be on top of it, but it's also in the original confirmation email that you have received. So there can't be any surprise. Oh, I didn't know. Well, it's in your confirmation email, so somewhere along the way you should have been told. Okay, number 9. It is about 3 to 4 days out.
And you're extremely excited.
And you've been fully packed for 2 weeks now.
And if you're Brittany, if you're me, you packed the day before.
And you have bought all of the t-shirts. Special shout out.
That's right.
To Austin's Goofy Movie shirt.
Favorite movie right here.
I hope you can enjoy this. Maybe we should do a close-up of it.
No, I think I can move on.
Okay, sorry. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. 3 to 4 days out, your travel agent and Disney will send you your final travel e-document email that has your tickets attached.
Woo!
Disney also includes like a weather, like here's what's coming up at Disney. So
hopefully for us it's not going to be a hurricane.
Well, it's September, so.
That's right.
That's what it is.
Really all we have to say.
I know.
All the things.
No, the last step.
Is probably
What's the last step?
Well, I was going to say the last step with this, which is enjoy Disney.
Enjoy Disney.
Enjoy it. Enjoy your experience. Enjoy your adventure. I think all the things that we just talked about maybe makes you a little stressed out, but hopefully I'm thinking that it excites you to research some things, to talk to your family about it. Our favorite part of this whole thing, we have 2 young boys, as you know, if you've watched any of our videos, strategizing with them, researching with them, talking through these things gets them so excited that really, as adults who would be naturally excited as it is, it just ups the level of excitement so much. To see through their eyes just how excited they are as we get closer.
Yeah, it's fun. Family bonding before, after, and during.
Right.
So, it's great.
Enjoy it, guys. Eat great food. Go on fun rides. See great things. 3, 2, 1. That's all we got.
And please contact a travel agent, me.
It is super important.
It will make it so much easier.
That's right.
But anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned for more videos.
That's right. We'll see you later.
Bye.